guys, I'm here for you. Want to make sure you enjoy your time with me. For this location, this is the River Center Mall, or Shops at River Center. This place has over 1 million square feet of shopping space. It is a shopper's delight. The lower level is the food court, and with this food court, makes it over 60 choices for you to choose on what you want to eat. There's all types of food, everything you could imagine. Or Chick-fil-A, there's no Chick-fil-A here. Sometimes you need a Polynesian sauce, you know what I mean? Or Chick-fil-A sauce, whatever sauce you're into. And that guy is really, really loud.
Hi.
Yeah, he does. I got that. Yes.
Hey guys. Wait. Yo, let's just start throwing random.
All right, guys, we got a boat in front of me. Give me 1 moment. You guys on the right might get into this poison ivy, Texas style.
Oh no, ano.
It's okay. Just wash your hands later on.
Oh no.
Nah, they're joking.
All right, guys, right above you, there's a lemon tree. Yeah, there's a lemon tree right above you. Chip salsa margaritas. The best salsa here in Texas? Oh, that's at my mom's house. Yeah, she puts Mexican cheese in there. It's really good. It's spicy and delicious. 2 of my favorite combinations.
Oscar. The way he says, don't he?
But as you come out of the bridge, look over to my right up on the walkway level. We're looking at a bronze statue. There he is, right there on my right. That is Saint Anthony de Padua. You know, he is the patron saint of lost animals and little children. He lived during the 12th century. He comes from Portugal. Now, the reason the statue is there is because the Portuguese, they gave it to us as a gift. You see, they knew that San Antonio was named after him. Here's how the story goes. Now, when missionaries first came and set foot here on this river, it was the 13th of June, 1691. It so happened to be the feast day of St. Anthony. So to honor him, they called this river San Antonio. Now, when the city became a city back in 1718, it took on the name of the river. By the way, that was 300 years ago. Yes, San Antonio is old. We are the oldest major city in Texas. We are also the 7th largest city in the United States. Yes, it doesn't feel like it, right? I love it here. We got tacos. I love tacos. Yes, good food, that is right. But look over to my right, just above the tree line, we're looking at the top of the Catholic Church. That is St. Joseph's Catholic Church. Well, it was built by the Germans back in 1868. If you look closely, though, you'll see that it is surrounded on 3 sides by the River Center Mall because they would not give up their land and not drive it. It is a very sweet. Well, they do have an all-male choir that sings here. They're known as the San Antonio Lyricanos. If you look up Lyricon, it means circling. Look over to my right, up on the street. We're looking at this red sculpture now. That is called the Torch of Friendship. Well, it symbolizes the friendship between the United States and Mexico. Built by Sebastian, it was an international artist. By the way, that's not regular bread, that is enchilada bread. Yes, it is color. Look it up on Google, you will see the San Antonio Library. The San Antonio Library is also enchilada bread. Now they put this here June 2002, but they did, they had a huge celebration. But my favorite celebration is at the end of October. This isn't for Halloween, though. This is for Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. See, in Mexico, they celebrate their ancestors this way. It's like the movie Coco. Have you guys seen the movie Coco? Oh, that's a great movie.
Wow.
The movie reminds us to always remember our ancestors, to never forget them. Even when one may pass away. That's what Dia de los Muertos is all about. Now, if you didn't get a good look at the friendship torch, look over to my left up on the street level. Oh, it's a beautiful little torch. And yes, it is enchilada red. True. Yes, miss. Oh, those are crackers. Yellow eyes, blackbird. Very, very smart birds. They seem to come here between 5 and 7 o'clock. By 6, 7 o'clock, they're gone. Yeah, it's only like an hour and a half to be from here. I'm not sure why. Yeah. Get some nachos. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you look over to my left, though, that is the Hilton Palacio de Rio Palace on the river. This is the fastest built hotel in the world. And here's how they did it there. The first 4 stories is the foundation for this hotel, built here at this location. Because the 5 stories on up, they're all cubicle buildings. All built 8 miles south of San Antonio like an assembly line, which means they're prefabricated. Yeah, they already had the livings on beds, the towels and the racks, they had the soap for the dish. They built these rooms on trailer beds and they started stacking them one on top of the other. This is known as modular construction. And that's what they built in a world record of 202 working days. That was just 2 days before the World Fair opened in 1968. I like to think of it as the Lego Hotel. It's awesome. Everything is awesome on the riverwalk. Check it out on YouTube, guys. Seriously, that's the way it happened. It's crazy. Alright guys, we're going into an open air theater, the Artisan River Theater. Over to my left, grass seating for 500 people. On my right is a beautiful stage where they perform on. You might have seen this stage in a movie. Do you guys remember? Miss Congeniality. Sandra Bullock was here during the swimsuit portion of that movie. But also on the stage there are 5 bells. These 5 bells represent the 5 missions of San Antonio. Yeah, we have 5 missions here. They're all on the San Antonio River. And this is the San Antonio River that we're on right now. Hope you guys are taking plenty of pictures. There's beautiful Christmas lights all over our trees. There's 120,000 of these lights. Now it took them about 2 months for them to put them all up here. Now the reason they did this is because the day after Thanksgiving we had a Christmas parade. Santa Claus was passing through the river. All the lights magically turn on. Now, they seem to magically turn on at 5 o'clock every day. This will continue to happen until the 13th of January. That's when they're going to start taking off all these lights from our trees. It's going to be a sad day.
Oh man, we go back to school.
Say it again? No lights at all. They should keep it. You should tell them. I tell them, but nobody listens to me. Sure. Now this bridge we're going under, this is an old style bridge. It's called the Rosetta Truss Bridge. There are 10 of these bridges in the United States. 5 of them are here in San Antonio. Would you believe this bridge was actually built in Berlin, Connecticut? It was, guys, it was. Yes, it was put here in 1905. And if you look over to my right, though, there's a little island. This little island is known as Marriage Island because of the many weddings that are performed here. Shaped as a heart, averaging over 300 weddings per year. Legend has it, if you have your wedding performed here, it's going to bring your marriage good luck. I don't have any statistics. I'll tell you, a lot of people do get married here. But we're now going through the tunnel of love. So if you have a significant other, now's the time to give him or her a kiss. You can even hug your brother and sister, hug your neighbor. All you need in the world is love. Love makes the world go round.
And money.
Oh, look at the beautiful Christmas tree here on my left.
Yeah, look at that tree.
Oh, the star is still not home. I don't know. I'm going to report it. Somebody's going to get fired. How hard is it to flip a switch? I mean, put magic. Alright guys, if you look over to my left though, this is a Tower Light building built back in 1929 by Mr. Smith and Young. Now Mr. Smith and Young were superstitious people. If you look at the 2 top levels, you'll see stone gargoyles coming out of the building. This is part of a neo-Gothic design. Now besides the neo-Gothic design, this was the tallest building west of the Mississippi back in 1929. Another cool feature about the building though, look at the first floor. Here on my left, you see these ugly faces. These are called grotesque faces. Now they wrap around the whole building. They were put here to ward off bad business and evil spirits. But guess what? It didn't work. Back in 1929, the stock market crashed. Mr. Smith and Young lost the building in 1 year. Now, they constructed this for $3.3 million. They sold it at an auction for $300,000. Not a good investment at all. Once again, that's the tower. Built back in 1921. But if you look over to my right, though, this is the International Center. The International Center used to house NAFTA, but they got dissolved. You might have seen that in the news. The red building in front of us, that is the Bexar County Courthouse, built back in 1896. That is the oldest courthouse still used to this day. Excuse me while I beat my horse. I'm going to get really close to him and just beat my horse. Lick him off. He's stopping that way. You gotta be kidding me. Going right around you, man. Make room, make room. All right, guys, this is a flood prevention channel, though. This was built back in 1926 because there was a devastating flood back in 21. So devastating that floodwaters reached 8 to 10 feet above street level. But the Army Corps of Engineers, they streamed out this river, and they were just going to pave right over the horse and kill the Edwards and his Rita Van Green. They helped co-found the San Antonio Conservation Society. Through their dedication and hard work, we now have the river water. But if you look over to my left, you're going to see thousands of love locks up here on this fence. This concept originates from the... You put a lock on the fence, you throw the key into the river. Whoever you love will be with you forever. Sounds romantic, right? It doesn't work that way, guys. You have to put a ring on it. All the single ladies, you know what I mean? But if you look over to my left, though, this is the main plaza, the first principality here in Texas. But if you look up the stairs here on my left, you're going to see the San Fernando Cathedral. That is the oldest cathedral in Texas. By the way, they're going to have a light show projected onto the wall of facade of that building. It's every Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays at 9:30, and 10 o'clock. Tonight, it is Friday, sir. So come on by, it's free, it's open to the public. Searching the story of San Antonio through art and music. Now we're about halfway done. Any questions so far? Any questions?
It's 6:05.
If you look at this tree in front of us, that is one of the tallest wild cypress trees here on the river. Stands over 9 stories tall, known to the locals as the Ben Milo tree. Mexican snipers used to hide in this tree, and, well, they would shoot at the Texans when they would water their horses here. Ben Milo was a patron of Texans, famed shot. So to honor him, this is now known as the Ben Milo tree. You see, tensions were high back in 1835. That's when Ben Milo was shot. 1836 was the Battle for the Alamo. And that same year was the Battle of San Jacinto. And that's how Texas won its independence from Mexico. Texas was a country for 9 years before they joined the United States in 1845. But if you look over to my right, though, there's a tree growing out of a wall. That's a fig tree. By the way, in 2 years, that tree is going to be 100 years old. Beautiful little tree, though.
So it's 98 years old?
Right corner of this block, though, there's a hotel being built. That's the Canopy Hilton Hotel. They're going 24 stories straight up. But if you look over to my left, though, this is the Drury Inn Suites built back in 1921. And back then, this was the San Antonio Public Service Building. Years after that, it became office space known as the Petroleum Commerce, and now it's a hotel. Now, this is a good example of how the San Antonio Conservation Society. Have you guys seen the movie Selena with Jennifer Lopez? Oh, that's Selena's Bridge right above you. Jennifer Lopez, she was up on the top there with the filming of Selena. You know what I mean? Anything for Selena. Orale, rewind. The washing machine. They're now known as St. Mary's University. It's a prestigious law school here in San Antonio. Now we're getting ready to see an optical illusion. You guys ready for this? As you come out of the bridge, look at that top of the building on my left, all the way to the top. All the way to the top. It appears to be a freestanding wall. Some people say it looks paper thin, but that is the Nix Hospital. Built back in 1930, this is the first true service hospital here in San Antonio. It's also the first hospital to have central air in the United States. By the way, Cara Burnett, she was born at this hospital as well. Now this is South Bank. This is the nightlife of the Riverwalk. This place stays open until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you're into the nightlife, come on by and check this place out. But in front of us is the Hyatt Regency Hotel, built back in 1981. There's a jazz band playing. Someone stay silent so you guys can enjoy some jazz.
Có band nữa nè.
Top floor.
Yes.
Lần này đi nước nha, mốt đi tập nha.
Over there, that is South Bank. It's the nightlife. But this is called the Beer Garden. On here. Okay. His name is Alex Haley. Alex Haley is the author of Roots. Now, do I have any military on board by any chance? Any military? Yeah. Any veterans as well? We got some more. Let's hear for our military on board. Let's have a nice warm round of applause. Thank you guys for serving our country. You know, San Antonio is a military city. And we do honor our men and women who have served. By the way, earlier today, you saw some young men and women in blues walking around. They're from the United States Air Force. They just graduated today. So they're spending time with their families before they go to tech school on Sunday.
They're like,
There's a dinner boat here on my right-hand side. This one is out of Bourgeois. They'll give you a 4-course meal, guys. It's amazing. I've been on that before. Not just driving, but in the meal. But if you look over to my right, though, there's a boss. That is Robert H. Chutney. He is the father of the Riverwalk, and well, he designed everything that you see today. Sad to say, he passed away back in 1980. But his legacy lives on through the Riverwalk. This is
Casario.
In the 40s and 50s, bro, they used to put you in gondola, bro.
See?
Oh, they would push you around. Your food is ready. Once your food is ready, they bring you back up to one of the stages. Once again, Casa Rio, 1946. Still family owned and operated. Now we're going to be leaving the natural portion of the river. We're going into the man-made now. Any questions, though? Any questions?
Hết rồi, mình nãy mình đi đường nãy nè.
anh Tùng muốn đi nữa.
All right, guys. Now this man-made portion does have a concrete bottom. This is 3 to 4 feet, depending on where you're standing. The Riverwalk behind me does not have a concrete bottom. That is all dirt. That is the San Antonio River that we just left. So man-made, natural behind me. But if you look over to my left, though, this is the Chamber of Commerce building. If you're interested in moving to San Antonio or even starting a business, this is the place to be. They'll make your move the best time to pull it out, because coming up to my right in 6 seconds, we're looking at the Tower of Zion. It's like half a marathon, guys. It's far. Now there's a bus that will take it all 5 missions. You can find this at the Alamo. By the way, the Alamo is not real. It's actually called San Antonio de Valera. So we can dock here momentarily. So before we do dock, I do want to thank you guys for coming on.